Hello， 大家好，我是 Cat。我们有提到过，上海有很多超级好吃的西餐，可以直接外卖到家里。然后最近我们刚好有点事，回了一趟上海，所以我想趁这个机会做一个上海可外卖西餐评测。因为我觉得在美国和中国长大的人口味应该有些不同，可能我们觉得好吃的西餐会不太一样，所以我想分享一下我作为一个美国人在上海喜欢吃哪些西餐。Pie Society. In our previous video, we actually mentioned that there's this really good British restaurant that we used to order from all the time in Shanghai. Basically, like you can get anything you want delivered.
我们在上海吃到了我们觉得最好吃的英国料理。
Yeah. And so a lot of people were curious which one it is. So it's this one, Pie Society. And actually, before I knew about this place, I did not have a great impression of British food because it doesn't really have a great reputation, right? But actually this place is pretty darn good, if I say so myself. Their specialty is like British style savory pies. For me, it's kind of like very familiar but kind of different at the same time because I know growing up, I used to eat chicken pot pie a lot. And so this place, the pies that they specialize in are pretty similar but with lots of different fillings. So the one that I like to get, and I got this time, is I believe beef and cheese. So I love that, it's really delicious. And then I also got mashed peas, mushy peas I guess. So again, a very kind of familiar thing, but slightly different because obviously in the US, a lot of people like to eat mashed potatoes. So this is a very similar texture to mashed potatoes, but like the flavor is much, you know, it's different because it's like green peas. So for me, this food is like very like comforting and familiar with a twist, and that's why I like it a lot. So I kind of became addicted to ordering from this place. Charlie's Pink Burger, or just Charlie's, I'm not really sure. So for this one, I really had a lot of places that I wanted to show you guys. So I couldn't eat all of it myself. We were only there for 3 days. So I recruited Sid to eat this burger for me because he really likes this place as well. So this place is, to be honest, one of the best burgers that I've had in Shanghai, probably top 2, and definitely the best takeout burger because the other one that I like is Shake Shack, but I haven't done any takeout from there. I'm not sure if they offer that. Anyway, so Charlie's is awesome because their burgers are just really like simple, messy, greasy, especially like the meat, and I'm not really sure, but it seems like the owner either grew up in or at least spent a lot of time in the US, and I think that really shows based on the menu and just everything they offer and just the taste of the burgers, you know. For me, this is like pretty authentic. And the good thing about this place is they have so many different toppings, whether it's burgers or hot dogs or even the sides. For example, this time we got chicken fingers for Sid.
Wow, so crispy. Wow. Wow.
Don't make it sound so sexual. Can I have one?
No.
Please? And then I got the mozzarella sticks. It's basically just like fried cheese, right? And you know, what's not to like about that? I love cheese. They also have a really good pink lemonade.
Look at that greasy. Maybe I'm sorry. Taste it.
On the jetty with your best friend, the newspaper as a fan. The sun is
Welcome burger.
It's empty.
No?
Let me see.
It's in the box.
No, you left just a pickle.
Yeah.
I don't want it. But either way, I would definitely recommend this place if you want to try a burger that is very, very American. Al's Diner. So I love to order from this place when I really miss eating the kind of comfort food that my mom makes at home. And for me, this place and the food that they have is a pretty good representation of like my conception of American food. For example, this time I got the meatloaf that comes with mashed potatoes and green beans and has some bacon on top, which is really good. So like meatloaf is a very, very typical American like 家常菜, I would say. Like it's something that my mom used to make at home all the time. And it's not anything that's fancy or complicated. It's pretty much just like ground meat that's in a loaf pan, and then I guess you bake it usually. But for me, it's super, super comforting, and it's something that I grew up eating. So I like to eat it from time to time.
I don't live in a dream.
Also, this time I got my favorite mac and cheese. I don't know, if you guys have been to the US, you probably have seen mac and cheese. It's something that I think Americans in general love, unless you're lactose intolerant maybe. It's really, really classic American food in my opinion. And I love it because, again, I love cheese. And they also have a pretty good grilled cheese sandwich, which, again, another thing that my parents would make at home. Usually my dad would make it. This one at Al's is kind of different from the one that my dad makes, but it's still a pretty good substitute. Hunter-gatherer. So in the US, it seems like bowl meals, I guess, are a pretty popular thing nowadays. I guess they're pretty trendy. I would say Chipotle burrito bowls are pretty good evidence of that. We talked about Chipotle in another video a long time ago. Usually it's just like you've got a grain as a base and then you've got vegetables, a protein. So it's kind of like a healthier choice than maybe some other things, but it's kind of like more filling than a salad. Also, a good thing about Hunter is you can do like make your own bowls, so you can kind of customize it to your liking. So this time I got one of their bowls, which is not a customized bowl, it's one of their set ones, and I believe it is supposed to be inspired by like the American South. So they have pulled pork in there, I think they have barbecue sauce, they've got all sorts of vegetables, and this time I got extra kale chips, I believe, because it's just a nice crunchy touch, and personally I really like kale, so I usually get it whenever I see it. And another thing that I usually don't see a lot in Shanghai, but I like to get when I see it, is chai. It's kind of like an Indian spiced milk tea. So it seems like it's pretty popular and trendy in the US. Like I'm pretty sure Starbucks has chai lattes on their menu, but I haven't seen it that much in Shanghai. Pure and whole. So this place seems to specialize in vegan and vegetarian food, and I don't actually follow either of those diets, as you can see from the other things that I'm talking about in this video, but sometimes I really like to just eat a whole bunch of vegetables because I just feel like I really need to, you know, be a little bit healthier and offset the oily, you know, kind of junk food that I eat sometimes. So I really like to order from this place. I think they have a really good selection of, you know, vegetable-based dishes. So this time I got a wrap, which is, I believe, completely vegan, or at least vegetarian. And I also got one of their soups, which is full of veggies. It also has tofu in it, and it's really, really good. For me, I think they do a pretty good job with vegan food, so you guys can check it out if you're interested in that. Curry Fi. So first of all, I want to say this is an Indian place, so for me it doesn't really fall under the category of Xitan. However, it seems like in China a lot of things that aren't like East Asian food get put in the category of Xitan, so I'm just kind of going by that usage. So growing up at my house, we actually got Indian takeout like a lot, probably just as much as Chinese takeout. So for me, I often get cravings for Indian food, especially palak paneer, which is this really delicious spinach-based curry, and it also has cheese in it. I really like this place as well because they have really good naan. They have all sorts of different flavors, which I love. They have garlic naan, they have butter naan, they've got cheese naan.
Cheese and naan. Ooh.
So yeah, obviously this meal was very good at satisfying my cheese addiction because there's cheese in both of these things. Cantina Agave. So Mexican food is another thing that's pretty popular in the US, and at my house a lot of times we do like taco night. We might make, you know, tacos at home. Maybe they're not super authentic, but they're really delicious anyway. So in Shanghai I have found a few places that I think are doing pretty good Mexican food. This one is the one that I order from the most though, and so I almost always get their blackened fish tacos. It comes with rice and beans and also a salad, and also I usually get guac and chips because I love guac. And one thing I like about this place's chips is they're kind of closer to the crispy thin kind versus like more something like Doritos, which are very thick. That you can get other places. So for me, I really, really like that and appreciate it. So if you want to do takeout Mexican food, I will give this place a try. Sumerian. So bagels are one of my most favorite breakfast foods, and bagels are really a popular thing in New York. When I was going to NYU, I used to get bagels a lot because they're just delicious. But what's funny is like, when we were in New York, I had not really convinced Sid about bagels being delicious, so he kind of got into bagels once we got to Shanghai. So we used to get bagels and cream cheese from this place all the time. Sid usually likes to get a plain bagel toasted with chive cream cheese. Personally, I like to get everything bagel or maybe an onion bagel, sea salt bagel. And the thing about bagels is it's really just like cheese and bread, right? But it's just so good, you know, something so simple but a great combination. So I would recommend Sumerian if you want to try pretty good bagel. 好啦，感觉这个视频的重点就是我超爱吃 cheese。其实还有很多家的外卖想给你们看看，可惜这次时间不够了。你们在外地待过的话，应该很懂那种感觉，就是很想吃小时候吃的菜。所以感谢这几家的存在。然后，如果你们吃过这些东西，你可以告诉我你的想法，或者给我推荐一些别的餐厅吧。谢谢你们的观看，下次再见，拜拜。